you are to all of us, our heroes. In today's program, our kindergarten students will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Our grade 2 students will sing Yankee Doodle Dandy. Our choir will, our students from grades 4 through 7, directed by Mrs. Ferrara, will lead us in the national anthem. Our grade 4 students will recite a poem. Our grade 8 students will perform readings for us. And for you, we know that Norwood especially is a sports community. And especially we hear a song, the national anthem, sung a lot around here, don't we? At every game and every sports event. But I have to tell you that every time I hear the words of the national anthem, especially the words that stand out for me, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Well, these words are true today as they were over 200 years ago, because America truly is the land of the free and the home of the brave. And these words are true today, 200 years later, because of all of you. You're the America's soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Coast Guards, everyone in active military service. You bravely answered the call to defend our freedom, to aid our friends and allies, and to maintain peace in the world. So whether you're a veteran of World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Gulf War, whether you're an active duty service members helping to maintain peace throughout the world, please know that it is our privilege to say a well-earned thank you to all of you. Boys and girls, can we give our veterans a round of applause? I have to tell you that that is from the heart. So we appreciate your service, we honor your sacrifices, we celebrate you for keeping America the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Rossell. At this time, I'd like to please invite our kindergartners up, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance of the flag. And I would ask everyone to please stand.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
American liberty and freedom. We thank you who have served and who are currently serving. Throughout our program this afternoon, you will also hear the words of many famous Americans whose words have lived on through the decades. Veterans, as St. Catherine of Siena School is honoring you for your many years of service to our country, by your presence here today, you continue to give back to our children, as you are teaching them how important it is to honor our veterans of the past, present, and future to assure they will always receive the honor, glory, and undying gratitude that they so illustriously deserve. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Edwin W. Mulverhill, Director of Veterans Services from Norwood, who will speak with us and who will also be observing a moment of silence. Mr. Mulverhill.
Thank you, friends. Would you please join me in a moment of silence as we remember in a special way my brother and sister veterans. Thank you very much for attending today. My name is Teddy Mulverhill. I'm proud to serve as the Director of Veterans Services and the Service Officer for our hometown of Norwood, Massachusetts. This is truly a remarkable day and a day of celebration. I've spoken several times over the last few days on the meaning of Veterans Day, and I always come back to the same thing. 4th of July is a wonderful patriotic holiday. It's the birthday of our nation. Memorial Day is a wonderful and traditional and honorable remembrance of those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice or passed away over the course of the years, and we remember our honored dead. But Veterans Day is fun. Veterans Day is fun because we get an opportunity to say thank you to the men and women of this great town, this great state, and this great nation who have served our country with honor and integrity, and they are among us. Look to your left, look to your right, there they are. How cool is that? You can go up, shake their hand, give them a smile, give them a big hug and a kiss, give them a nice sandwich, a bottle of water, and say thank you. And say thank you. It is a result of their honorable service to our nation that we enjoy the freedoms we hold dear today. Freedom of religion, freedom to attend this school, not available in other parts of the world. Freedom of assembly. We wouldn't be able to have an event like this in some other countries of America. The freedom to demonstrate, voice our opposition, freedom of speech. All these values we hold dear that make this nation the greatest in the world is directly a result of the service of the men and women in this room. How cool is that? So we get to say thanks, and we do. One of the things I like to do is bring my comrades back to their school days. Would you raise your hand if you served in the Air Force, please? And there's my brothers and sisters out there now. How about in the Army? Raise your hand. Look at those guys. Thank you very much. How about our Coast Guardsmen and women? There we Coasties. How about our Marines? Now look at these guys with their hands raised. Did you believe that they're 239 years old? Happy birthday, Marines, December 5. November 10th, Monday, was the Marine Corps' 239th birthday, founded in 1775 at the Tons Tavern. It's nice that they started in a tavern, don't you think? And how about our good United States Navy? Where are my Navy men and women? See, there we go. Now, don't ever get a cup of coffee from a Navy guy, because they make it so strong you will melt the spoon when you put it in the coffee. Really, they like their coffee strong. So anyway, thank you all. Thank you all for your attendance. Thank you all for your past service. Some of you are still serving currently. We appreciate what you do. And the students certainly do. When you go out and see the Hall of Heroes behind me, you'll be touched beyond words at the care and honor and dedication they put into these displays. And they truly, truly understand, thanks to the faculty and the staff here who have brought these children the Catholic education that we love, and also the awareness of the values that make this the greatest country in America. So on behalf of His Excellency the Governor, Bob Patrick, and on behalf of the Honorable Board of Selectmen for the town of Norwood, I bring you their greetings and I give you their thanks. Thank you very much.
United States Army, John F. Alexopoulos, Michael Bergeron, Richard Brosnan, Jack Carney, Robert F. Connors, Robert Denman, Chapman Dickerson, John Drury, James Coughlin, Elizabeth Compagnon, Frank Fallon, John Greenwood, Kevin Harrington.
United States Army, Kenneth Jones, John Malacaria, Robert McCarthy, William Norton, Kazine Ozert, Michael Virginie, William Rogers.
Doodle went to town, riding on a pony. Stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. The troopers too would gallop up and march right in our faces. It scared me almost half to death to hear them run such races. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. There goes Captain Washington up on a stalking stallion, giving orders to his men. I guess there were a million. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy.
Thank you, Secretary. Thank you very much. Here is Michael Curley, who will be sharing Putting Veterans First.
Putting veterans first. It is the veteran, not the poet, who has given us the freedom of speech. It is the veteran, not the campus organizer, who has given us the freedom to assemble. It is the veteran, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial. It is the veteran, not the politician, who has given us the right to vote. It is the veteran who salutes the flag, who serves under the flag.
Our next reader is Liam Galvin, who will be reading the words from President Dwight David Eisenhower.
The words of President Eisenhower. Each Veterans Day should be a time when Americans stop and remember the brave men and women who have risked their lives for the United States of America. As Dwight Eisenhower said, it is well for us to pause to acknowledge our debt to those who paid so large a share of freedom's price. As we stand here in grateful remembrance of the veterans' contributions, we renew our conviction of individual responsibility to live in ways that support the eternal truths upon which our nation is founded and from which flows all its strength and all its greatness.
Thank you. Our next reader is Erica McSweeney, who will be reading Take a Moment to Thank a Veteran.
When you see someone in a uniform, someone who serves us all, doing military duty, answering their country's call, take a moment to thank them for protecting what you hold dear. Tell them you are proud of them. Make it very clear.
Next, Meredith Blaze will be sharing the words of President Abraham Lincoln.
The Veterans Hospital, more commonly known as the VA, founded its motto in 1959 from President Lincoln's words. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right, let us strive to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations. Today, a pair of metal plaques bearing words, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, flank the entrance to the Washington, D.C. headquarters for the Department of Veterans Affairs, as well as VA hospitals everywhere. President Lincoln's words have stood the test of time, and stand today as a solemn reminder of the VA's commitment to care for those injured in our nation's defense, and the families of those killed in its service.
Next, we have Brittany Christopher, who will be reading Honor Our Military.
Honor our military. Let's honor our military, the men and women who serve. whose dedication to our country does not falter, halt, or swerve. Let's respect them for their courage. They're ready to do what's right, to keep America safe so we can sleep better at night. Let's support and defend our soldiers whose hardships are brutal and cruel, whose discipline we can't imagine, who follow each order and rule. Here's to those who choose to be warriors, and they're helpers, good and true. They're fighting for American values. They're fighting for me and you.
At this time, I would like to invite our fourth grader, Mrs. Smith and Ms. Costello's class, who will be reading the poem,
Nation's Strength by Walt Whitman. Not gold, but only man can make a people great and strong. Men who, for truth and honor's sake, stand fast and suffer long. Brave men who work while others sleep, who dare while others fly. They build a nation's pillars deep and lift them to the sky.
thank you. Thank you for a great class of Mrs. Smith and Ms. Costello. Thank you very much. The Soldier by Father Dennis O'Brien.
It is the soldier, not the reporter, who has given us the freedom of the press. It is the soldier, not the poet, who has given us the freedom of speech. It is the soldier, not the campus organizer, who gives us the freedom to demonstrate. It is the soldier who salutes the flag, who serves beneath the flag, and whose coffin is draped by the flag. It is the soldier.
Our next reader is Laura Sesapanowski, who will be sharing the words of President Ronald Reagan.
President Ronald Reagan's words during the dedication ceremony for the Vietnam Memorial in Washington, D.C. Our young friends, yes, young friends, for in our hearts you will always be young, full of the love that is youth, love of life, love of joy, love of country. You fought for your country and for its safety and for the freedom of others with strength and courage. We love you for it. We honor you. And we have faith that, as He does all His sacred children, the Lord will bless you and keep you. The Lord will make His face to shine upon you and give you peace, now and forevermore. Thank you all. God bless you.
Thank you. Next, we have James Rosales, who will be sharing with us The Noble and the Brave.
The Noble and the Brave, a Veterans Day tribute. When America had an urgent need, these brave ones raised a hand. No hesitation held them back. They were proud to take a stand. They left their friends and family. They gave up their normal life to serve their country and their God. They plowed into the strife. They fought for freedom and for peace on strange and foreign shores. Some lost new friends. Some lost their lives in long and brutal wars. Other veterans answered the call to support the ones who fought. Their country had requirements for the skills they brought. We salute every one of them, the noble and the brave, the ones still with us here today, and those who rest in a grave. So here's to our country's heroes. They are cut above the rest. Let's give the honor that is due to our country's very best.
a helicopter rescue swimmer. You used to have to dive out of the helicopters into the water. When somebody, like a pilot was in the water, or somebody had to be rescued, they have these special suits they wear. Oh, yeah. More about it. Those guys would be very nice. Her dad, he was in the merchant marine. He was always
Grade 8, let's go. Doesn't matter, you were so many.
Oh, that's great. Jack.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wow.